G'day, Sam Martin here of Refuse Revival. Today what we're going to do is have a quick look at the compost that I worked on a few months, or not a few months, but about a month ago. I made a hot compost pack, and I've also got the wicking garden bed to show you, which was from about 6 weeks ago. I just thought I'd give you a quick little, tour of where things are at the moment, and then we're going to have a look at our Fix It Friday project. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into this compost and have a quick look. Okay, so here we are with the compost. Pretty straightforward, really. There's been a little bit of other stuff added to it by accident. And let's have a quick look and see how it's feeling down the bottom. So you can tell that it's really dropped about a foot in the old world, the depth of a spade, since I did this a month ago. And I'm just going to scrape a bit of the leaf matter off the top, which hasn't got there. Oh, look at that. And that is ready to go. It is absolutely crawling with worms, and it's actually going to play a big part in my Fix It Friday. So I'll go through. Some of the leaf litter is still, the layers are still there, but it's, yeah, look, it's just amazing. Absolutely stoked with that. That's great. Cool. Let's get on. Have a little look at the veggie bed. And there it is, folks. This was planted on the 11th of April, according to YouTube, and it's absolutely fantastic. You can see that we've been filling it up here probably once a week, and when the seedlings were young we gave them a little bit. We do have a few kind of weedy things popping up here and there out of that old compost and what was in here before, but we've got success. Those beetroot are looking amazing. Just to give you a bit of a comparison, so those were what I put in 6 weeks ago, and this stuff here, this was put in probably about 3 weeks before that, so that's 9 weeks old. No wicking, just straight compost and in a raised bed. Dries out a bit quicker. I think the wicking really slows the process down for drying out, so I'm pretty happy with those. A few little lettuce popping up, which is cool. We've had a little bit of cabbage moth flying around having a chew, which is a bit of a shame, but just kind of planted probably a little bit too early for those guys. They're slowed up now, which is good. Had a few frosts and things, and we've just been picking from this for the last 2 weeks. Going to make a nice crispy noodle and Chinese cabbage salad tonight. The next part of our project is this. You can see here that we've got a little bit of a sad kitchen garden going on, and I want to fix this. Really keen, super keen to see this area. This is where I walk out of my kitchen, just to be full of edibles, herbs, lettuce, all that sort of stuff that you're regularly pulling into the kitchen. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to convert an old fuel tank into a wicking bed, which is a small wicking bed for my garden, for my kitchen garden here. And hopefully we'll have things that we can pull from all throughout the year. It's a pretty shady spot. Pip magazine, Robin Roosevelt and those crew have actually put up a really cool little introduction to how to plant in the shade. So I'm going to have a look at that before I get started with my planting. Another cool thing I'll tell you real quick before we finish up today is this. What I did was the wicking bed, it had a bunch of lettuce that was going to seed, and I literally picked up the lettuce, came over here and just gave it a tap and dropped the seed head of the lettuce on this garden bed here, and look at that, lettuce seedlings to burn. So these guys, it's time for you to go into the tummy for lunch. I'm going to layer a little bit of that fresh compost on here, separate these guys, plant them out. I'll be eating them for another 6 weeks, I reckon. And probably need to think about something different for my poor little blueberry here. It's suffering, but we'll get on to fixing that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to Refuse Revival. It's so good to see you all checking out the videos. And today is a Martin Farm garden and a Fix It Friday, build the fuel tank. Cheers.